Alright, guys, happy Tuesday. It's the 19th of May. Hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a recap of the three executions that we took during the morning session, and they were all longs, and I'm going to get right into it. So, you know, marking out your analysis is the first thing that you should always do when the day starts. So let's jump to, 9 a.m. Come on to the hourly and mark out some important levels. So we have this low down here. This is a low from last Tuesday. We also have these highs up here, these highs, and this that, once we reclaim, once we make a move lower, reclaim old highs, we should start seeing price trade into these levels again. But what was going on inside my head coming into the open? So we did take some lows, from Monday down here. But if I'm truly going to be bullish, I need to see either a very, very strong reaction off of this level and, up some sort of pullback and sustain momentum, or I need to see these lows getting ran, these final lows, and from here, try to play the reversal. So my mindset is, even though I'm maybe anticipating a short move that's going to occur here, I'm not going to participate in the shorts, and instead I'm just going to be looking for longs. And for me to trade that way, it's just much simpler, stress-free, and yeah, it's just how I like to do it. So jumping into the open, let's see what happens. So I do take my first trade off the open, so I'm watching the charts. We do have this pretty sharp reaction lower, and a couple minutes into the open, like here, I do take a trade at like 9:29. I fill at actually I think 850 was my fill, light size, and I'm just targeting the highs because I believe that there's going to be a bullish open, that before price decides to trade higher or lower or whatever, that we are going to take out these highs. And for me, right, this is purely a gamble. This is not a model trade. This is not something that you should replicate with large size. I'm obviously de-risked. I'm sizing smaller here, and as you can see into the open, it hits, and I think I realized like 70 points, and we continue going higher, and that was the first trade of the day. Now, going into my next trade, I'm going to explain what I was thinking here. So, obviously, we have a very, very large displacement off these lows, almost 300 points, right? And I want to be looking for some sort of entry long, but we're overextended, and what's catching my eye here is, we're making this sharp rejection off the high, and price is now stalling at these levels. Now, for me, at this point, I'm anticipating another leg lower, hopefully a deeper leg into sell side. Remember, we on the hourly we have that final sell side all the way to the left down here, and I'm looking to play a reversal. Now, we do have a very clear power of three setup, so this is accumulation, manipulation, and now what should follow is a distribution lower. Let me make these all different colors so it's easier for you guys to understand. Market accumulates, we manipulate higher off the open, and now I'm anticipating some sort of move lower. Now, again, we're at the bottom of the range. I personally would rather just play longs, relief, relief bounce longs back into equilibrium of the range, but you could have taken these shorts and you would have been paid. Now, with that aside, price is at lows, and from here, you should be looking for a spot to potentially get long. So as you can see, think make another leg lower, and here, what was my entry? At 10:27, I fill a long, so around here, I fill it long, but I think my entry was much lower. It was like 7:08, so ignore this. I'm gonna just get this off the screen. My fill was 7:08 right here. Stop at the lows, 2 micros, and I'm targeting higher into the range, and I want to get break even, some point like these highs, and as you can see, price comes. We're in a little bit of drawdown for a bit, and then we take these highs, and I get stopped out break even. So that's the result of my first trade. In hindsight, maybe I should have just held. I should have just held my original TP stop loss, and I wouldn't have got out break even. But at this point, I don't want to care about shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm sized down anyways, right? And I'm really trying to catch the start of the move back up. I don't want to be in 50, 60, 100 points of drawdown because we're catching a falling knife ultimately. So I need signs of a clear reversal before I, start sizing heavier and putting on a full position and being more comfortable in the trade. So that was the result of the first trade. Now my second trade, so price comes higher, and once we make another leg down, again, this is where I'm leaning in to take a trade. We have S&T with ES. Basically, NQ doesn't take these lows, but if you look at ES does take these lows. So there's clearly a divergence. One asset is stronger, and for me, I think that NQ has a lot more ways to go, especially towards these highs up here and beyond. So I fill, I think around 709, 707. Again, putting a stop loss at the lows, the original 2 micros, and I set a TP1, I think up here, around roughly 100 points, and price quickly, bear with me now, price quickly delivers towards the highs. And I do get trailed out my runners. We make a large move up, and I get trailed out, I think here, like 777. And yeah, that's just simple shit. I'm looking for indications of momentum to the upside. That's it. I don't care to predict the bottom. I don't care to, top and bottom tick. I just want to catch these low cortisol trades, and I lean in, especially when we have a large and what I would consider an irrational move to the downside. Whenever we have huge displacement on the left of us, I'm always going to be looking for a long because of the narrative of the current, higher time frame structure that we're in. Do I think that there's room lower? Maybe. But what I do know for a fact is, in the ends of the week, next couple weeks, we should revisit all these highs up here because the market is bullish. It's going to be bullish almost all the time, and that's where my bias stems from. And as you can see, right, if I get out of replay mode, what does it look like? Price is reversing back up, and the next couple of days we should be revisiting all these old highs. And Today was a perfect example of a reversal day. You could catch the shorts into the sell side, or you can catch the longs, taking us back up into the range. And it's important you don't over leverage and oversize during these kind of days, because if you're chasing price with large size, you're going to get hurt. And it's important that you ultimately survive the price action that doesn't make sense to you. And when the skies clear up, when you have a hunch, when you have a good calculated bet on the table, it's important that you pounce on it and let it run. Yeah, so hopefully this video was helpful. All these trades were taken in the Discord and my analysis was given out in real time. So if you wanted to join, the link is in the description.